Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. As you can see behind me on the television screen, you can see the Mansour's building in the background. Over the next couple of months, you'll be able to witness the progress of the building coming down and the new hotel coming up. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you'll enjoy that, and I will come back in just a moment. We have a couple of guests that will be talking about things going on in and around our downtown area and in our county. So come back for those interviews in just a moment.
Nobody wants to be stopped by a law enforcement officer.
Everyone wants to feel safe.
So we've trained our officers to first listen and then explain.
We ask if you have contact with one of our officers, you listen, give him an opportunity to explain, comply with his requests, and if there's a problem, contact us so that we can investigate your complaint.
Listen, explain, comply, then complain.
Our safety and yours matters.
Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see behind me, we have progress going on in our downtown area. For such a long time, we've talked about the downtown LaGrange Hotel, and that is coming to fruition. So over the next coming months, you'll be able to watch the progress as it takes place here in the studio, along with the actual production downtown. Now today I have sitting down with me the Director of Promotions and Marketing Director from the Downtown LaGrange Development Authority, Barbie Watts. Barbie, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Alton. Happy to be here.
Well, you know what? There's so much excitement and energy, and as I was opening up, I was telling the viewing audience about the progress that's going on downtown. The Mansour's building is coming down, kind of sad, but it's making way for progress for the new downtown hotel. And there's so many other things that are happening in and around our downtown area. And you being the Marketing and Promotions Director, talk a bit about some of the roles, and we're going to jump into some of the things in just a moment. Talk a bit about your role.
Well, I work to promote downtown LaGrange, and I work with the merchants, and we come up with events that'll bring the community down, hopefully to enjoy downtown and shop and dine while they're there. So anyway, it's so much fun. We have great shops, and we have wonderful restaurants, and a lot of people in LaGrange, if they haven't been downtown lately, they need to come check them out. So.
Absolutely. Barbie, if you had to say there was one thing that made LaGrange so unique, what do you think that might be?
I think it's the people here. I think we've got wonderful people in, all types of leadership positions across the community, and I think that's what makes us special.
Absolutely.
Everybody just, they have a love of community, and they really get behind the causes that they're working towards. So I think that's what makes us a great place.
Absolutely. And talking about causes, I think that you've been busy. Because
always.
You're always busy. You have the month of October booked. It seems like it's every weekend. Yes. In the month of October, there's something going on in our downtown area.
Yes.
Let's get into talking about the events that are taking place. The first one that's going to be taking place on the 1st of October, getting the month started off, is a bike event. And I think this is a first for the City of LaGrange. Talk about that.
It is. I've been working with the organizers of this event for about a year. And it's a part of the, it's called Bike MS, and it's a multiple sclerosis. It's the national chapter.
Okay.
And every year they do a bike ride. It's a fundraiser for MS. And I believe this year's the 30th year that these bike rides have been going on. So anyway, they chose LaGrange, and they're going to come here for the next 3 years. This will be their first.
Okay.
The bike ride will start at Blaylock Lakes in Noonan, Georgia, and then they'll take a nice rural back road route from there to downtown LaGrange, and the end of the ride will be at Sweetland. The finish line will be at Sweetland. And then when they get there, all the teams, they have a lot of corporate teams that ride, and they'll all have team tents, and they have a celebration with their team that they've accomplished this ride. And they'll have some live bands and food and just massage tents and just all kinds of great stuff. So
after that long ride, they'll need it, right?
Yeah, and I think they are expecting probably around 1,000 riders in this, so it's a big deal.
Okay.
And so we'll see a lot of bikes on the streets of LaGrange on the October 1st. They'll start probably rolling into town around noon, probably between noon and 4. It just depends on, some riders are really fast and some are more leisurely. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it all comes together.
Absolutely.
And they're thrilled to be having it at Sweetland because there's so much already in place for them. A lot of times they have to go in and set up the whole thing because they'll have it in a field or something. So, they're excited about having the restrooms and the stage and the parking lots and everything. So we're looking forward to seeing how well that venue accommodates their functions.
Well, very good. So they'll be rolling in right about lunchtime on that first Saturday in October. So
Yes.
viewers, share the road.
Yes.
By all
And
means,
yes.
share the road, okay?
Yeah.
All right. And this is open to the public for them to come out as well?
We actually need some volunteers from our community.
Okay.
And if anybody would be interested in volunteering for the event, they've got several different functions that the volunteers would help them with. Like these guys will have luggage and different things because they'll spend the night. Some of them will spend the night at Sweetland. A lot of them will be staying in our hotels.
Okay.
So anyway, just need some manpower to make all these things happen. So if anybody would be interested, if they contact me, I'll be happy to
Okay.
plug them in
Plug 'em
somewhere.
in.
Yeah.
Well, very good. All right. So that's the MS Ride taking place on the 1st of October. Now we're going to jump to the 8th of October, the next weekend.
Yeah.
There's an event going on.
Yes, we're going to have, there's going to be a craft beer and music festival at Sweetland.
All right.
And it's going to be from 3 to 8. It's going to benefit the Chattahoochee Riverkeeper. And you can go online and buy your tickets at sweetland.events, or you can buy them the day of. You can get them at the box office the day of. So it should be hopefully a beautiful fall day.
That's right.
And they are going to have some TV screens and show the football games too, so you don't have to miss out on the football. You can come enjoy this event and also watch your team, cheer for your team.
And this is the second year that this is taking place.
This is, yes, it's LaGrange's second
year. Well,
beer
very
festival.
good.
Yes.
They were so impressed with us last year, they want to come back again this year.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. And then moving forward, again, like I said, you've been busy. The 13th, you have the LaGrange Women's Club that have a Yankee Doodle Diva, right?
They have a fall fashion show
Okay.
every year, and they've been doing this for years, but for the last few years, they've been holding it at Delavant, which is downtown on Main Street. And this event's October 13th, and of course it's 12 noon. It's a luncheon, and then while you're eating, there's a fashion show by Dillard's out of Auburn.
Okay.
So they'll have be showing lots of nice, fall clothes for men and women, and you can buy tickets from any of the Women's Club members.
Okay. And that cost, I might have missed it.
I'm not sure what that.
Okay, but they can contact you though,
Yes,
correct?
it includes your
Okay.
lunch and the fashion show.
Oh,
so
okay, all right.
They can contact me, or if they have a friend that's in the women's club, they're selling tickets also.
Okay, all right, and that's October the 13th
Yes.
at Delavant. All right, very good. And then a cause that we all can get involved in and get behind is Legging It for Literacy.
Yes.
October the 15th.
Yeah, and this is an event that's been going on a long time in LaGrange, and it's a nighttime run, and it starts in downtown and finishes in downtown. And anyway, it's a lot of fun. I think the people that run in it, they wear the glow necklaces and things, so they're show up at night.
Highly visible, right?
And then I think they have a little band party afterwards at the end of the run celebration. So
Okay.
that's just be looking for that. They'll be promoting that very shortly. But
Might even see Mama Jama somewhere along the route.
absolutely, she will definitely be there.
Okay.
So, yeah,
All right.
that's her thing. Yeah.
That's her thing. That's
Yeah.
right. Pantherpalooza is coming up as well.
Okay, this is LaGrange Homecoming weekend event, and it's going to be Friday night at Sweetland, and they're going to bring in two bands. One is Tonic, and the other one is Driving and Crying, which is kind of a throwback band.
Driving and Crying,
Yeah,
okay.
a lot of people are excited about hearing them, and you can buy tickets online for that. And I'm not sure if you can buy them as you walk. If you can walk up and buy them
At the gate, okay.
Possibly, I would think you probably can.
Okay,
So.
all right. Very
Yeah,
good.
but if you can be on the lookout for that, and we'll have that information on the Downtown LaGrange Facebook page. And
Okay.
It's also, those events that are at Sweetland are on the sweetland.events
Okay.
Facebook page.
So any of this information, they
webpage.
can go out there to the webpage and see it. Okay, very good. I mean, there's so much going on, just planning each weekend
Yes.
to be doing something in LaGrange,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely. Because that's the 21st, because then the next weekend, an event that's been taking place here for a number of years is the annual chili cook-off.
Yeah, I think we're not sure if we're in the 26th
I
year
was
of
thinking
that.
it's somewhere up there,
I haven't
close
been,
to 30.
I haven't
think.
been there around that long, but anyway, I think 25th or 6th or something. But this year Instead of having it at the square, we're going to move it to Sweetland just due to the construction activity at the square. I didn't quite know, how it would be if it would, anyway. So, after the construction's done, we may bring it back downtown because the merchants love it. They love having everybody right there on the square. But this year we're going to move it to Sweetland and enjoy the great lawn there. We're also going to be moving we have children's fall festival games that are free. We have a children's costume contest that's free. It's for children 12 and under in costume, of course. And then we do trick-or-treating. It's free, but it's children 12 and under in costume.
In costume?
Yeah, they have to be in costume.
Okay.
And anyway, all this will happen, it kind of all happens at one time. There's a bunch of activity going on.
Right, multiple things.
It's 11 to 2 at Sweetland. You can buy, if you want to taste the chili and vote for your favorite, you can buy a ticket to do that. Adults tickets are $5 and the children's tickets are $3.
Okay.
But everything else is free. You just, come and enjoy it. And if you don't want to taste chili, there'll be some other vendors there with some other food too.
Very good. And I know that each year the chili cook-offs, the participants choose the charity that they like to support.
It's a fundraising event, and we invite community groups to make the chili and compete with the other contestants. And then the money that we make from the sale of the chili tickets, that's after we cover the cost of putting on the event, then we and give the prizes to the winners of the chili cook-off. We divide what's left of the proceeds amongst all the contestants. So they'll all make something. They'll all have a check, that they can give to the cause of their choice.
Okay. So you have to come out and vote for your favorite chili, I think.
Yeah, we do People's Choice, and then we also have judges. So the judges will choose their favorite, the people choose their favorite, and then we also have a contest for who has the best decorated booth.
Oh, okay.
So that's another.
Yep, another prize to be won.
Yes, absolutely.
And just a lot of energy, a lot of things that are going on in our downtown area to bring the people out, to take advantage of everything's moved to the Sweetland, to take advantage of our
Hopefully
venue.
when the weather gets, the weather will be beautiful. October's usually gorgeous weather and everybody's ready to get outside.
Absolutely.
So we've got some reasons to get out.
Absolutely. And then as we get ready to close out here, in conjunction with the chili contest, and then October, there's another holiday that we celebrate, or a holiday we celebrate, and you guys, the downtown merchants get an opportunity to decorate their sidewalks and in front of their the scarecrow.
The scarecrow contest,
right.
and that's something we do just for fun, and it kind of welcomes in fall to downtown and livens up our sidewalks a little bit. And the merchants they'll do scarecrows out in front of their businesses, but I also invite or open it up to individuals or other businesses in town to. And it's a contest too.
It is a contest as well. Okay.
And what we do is I'll photograph all the scarecrows and create an album on our downtown Facebook page. And then the community is invited to go and vote for their favorites. So, and they've got the whole month to vote till I think the end date is the 28th, and then we'll count up who has the most votes, and the winner will be announced at Chili Cook-Off too.
Okay, all right, well, very
So it's a lot of fun. This year we have a theme of game day scarecrows.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping to see some cheerleader scarecrows and football scarecrows and referees and mascots. And
so just a whole...
so I mean, there's just a lot people can do with that theme.
Well, very good. And takedown date is by?
November 2nd.
Okay.
So we leave them up through Halloween, and then we get them down because the city's starting to decorate for Christmas.
Absolutely.
By then.
Well, Barbie, so much energy, so much going on in and around our downtown area. I want to just thank you for all that you do, and the other ones at the Downtown LaGrange Development Authority. And thanks for coming on the show today.
Well, thanks for having me.
All right.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now I have sitting down with me from the Sheriff's Office, the Public Information Officer, Stuart Smith. Stuart, welcome to the show.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well, man, it's a pleasure to sit down with you. And Stuart, I want to just start out by getting into something that we've seen, posted on the Facebook, we've seen it in the newspaper. This incident about potentially clown going around approaching children. Just give us a little bit of information about that.
Yeah, last week, the first of last week, there were some incidents on Facebook of people creating these profiles, calling themselves clowns from different cities or whatever. They were making threats to individuals or to schools or what have you, and we were getting information, LaGrange PD was getting information, and we worked with them to try to track these people down. And we also had an incident last week of 2 individuals reporting seeing these clowns in a van, and we responded, and come to find out they had made the incident up. And so we arrested them and charged them with making that false report. And then through LPD's investigation working with us, they were able to make, I believe, 4 arrests on some individuals that were creating these profiles on Facebook, just really scaring people. No actual incidents of people seeing them or attempting to hurt people, but just all on social media. And against that was a crime too, and LPD charged them appropriately.
Oh, very good. Some of the ladies in my office were telling me that their kids were afraid to even sleep in the bed by themselves, just after hearing about this and stuff. So I'm very happy to see that law enforcement acted together and swiftly. And apprehended.
And that's
these
the whole thing we
individuals.
do now is, if we've got information, we work with all these agencies in our county, to find these people, because it's not just isolated in one city. It's county-wide where this is going on. And so it's good that all these agencies are working together over the last several years to solve these crimes.
Well, very good. So to you and all the other LPD, the sheriff officer, we want to thank you all for your swift action and taking care of that. Let's talk about some lighter note things now, okay? Now, because you guys, and I think you were junior deputy as well when you came up through the ranks. You guys have started the program back this month. Talk about that.
Right. This is our 4th year doing the junior deputy program in all the elementary schools for the 3rd graders. It's a program I facilitate, and we started this month. I've already I'll do half the schools this semester and half the next semester, and it's 4 lessons. And again, this is our 4th year. We kind of redesigned the workbook this year to make it more relative and updated, and it's working very well. It's been a successful program, and it culminates at the end of the year with a Sheriff for a Day program where 1 student from each school is chosen, and they kind of hang out with the sheriff or myself and all the deputies for a whole day. And it's just an exciting time with them.
Absolutely. Gives respect for law enforcement and gives a better understanding of what law enforcement personnel go through on a day-to-day, basis. Me, myself coming out of law enforcement, I definitely understand what you guys go through. And again, we just want to thank you for that. Now, if someone was listening, and you said you're going to be in the middle schools, that was?
No, it's in 3rd grade.
3rd grade.
It's a 3rd grade program.
3rd grade. I missed that. Okay, very good. All right. And just like Barbie, who was on a moment ago, looked like you guys have a lot of stuff going on during the month of October as well.
Yes, sir.
National Night Out. Talk about that.
That's a night. LaGrange PD is kind of the spearhead group of this, and all the other agencies have jumped on board with them. It's going to be on Commerce Avenue on that date in front of the Beechwood Furniture. It's just a night for law enforcement, public safety, other local agencies to come out and just showcase themselves, be with the community, give crime prevention tips, and these other agencies will talk about their organizations. And it's just hopefully going to be a fun night for about 3 hours or so. State Patrol, GBI, LPD, us, Hogansville, I believe West Point, and other agencies. There may be a helicopter coming in. But Jim Davison with the police department, he's kind of the go-to person. He contacted us, and of course we jumped on board with him to help him out.
Okay, and that's going to be on the 4th of October. What's the time again, Stuart?
I believe it's around 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Starts around 5, yes.
5 p.m. Okay, very good. So, all right, very good. And then you guys just had someone that graduated from the FBI Academy not long ago.
That's right. Our Chief Deputy, John Whitney, he was in Quantico, Virginia for about 10 weeks. It's the FBI National Academy. It's geared to top law enforcement executives. It's a 10-week program. And it's not the actual FBI Academy. That's around 20 or 22 weeks, but this is geared toward law enforcement executives. The top 1% in the nation go to this, and I believe there were about 260 in his class. And he came back, he graduated Friday and was back with us on Monday. We had a good reception for him, and of course he's going to bring back a lot of good information to our agency. And there's several other around the city and county that have gone to that as well.
Okay, very good. I can remember back in the days when I was a police officer, that was an honor to be selected to go to that. You're absolutely right. And here's a very good tip here. And just showing the caringness and the compassion about our men and women in brown uniforms, blue uniforms, law enforcement. I think there was an incident that took place up on Interstate 85, and one of our deputies, Deputy Matt Mayfield, responded. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was several months ago. There was a call that came over the 911 radio of what they thought was a reckless driver on the interstate. Deputy Mayfield and a couple more responded up there, and they found the vehicle actually sitting in the other lane of traffic, and they went to speak with the driver, and he wasn't responding to them, and they actually had to gain entry into the vehicle. And Deputy Mayfield got him out, and he was having a heart attack and was unresponsive. And he got his AED device and began CPR, and then some other deputies and first responders got there. They actually brought this gentleman back, and he was able to survive the incident. And then last week, the Chamber hosted the Public Safety Awards, and Deputy Mayfield was presented with the Lifesaver Award.
Absolutely. You know, again, it's just the training, I think, the training, retention, and just that downright caringness of individuals in our uniform today. We don't see some of the things happening in our community that we see in other communities.
Absolutely, and I think there's been incidents this week of, you know, police violence and rioting and stuff, and we're just fortunate we don't have that here. And we've had a lot of support from the community, the Back the Blue and all that. It's been real helpful for us, and it's kind of motivated us to keep going and doing what we're doing.
Absolutely, and you guys do a great job. I just want you to
appreciate that.
And talking about that, because you know, here's another way that you all are involved in the community. The LaGrange Police Department does this. The Sheriff's Office does this. Is a citizen firearms class. Talk about that.
We started these a couple years ago, and we've ran over, I believe, 200 people through the program. And we'll finish up this year in October. That'll be our last one for the year, and we run about 20 people per class. And it's just a basic class, basic handgun safety. A lot of women take it, but we do have men that come. And it's just been very successful. The community loves it. We love interacting with them. And, you know, if we can properly train people on handgun use, then that makes them feel comfortable as well.
Absolutely. And these classes are held on Saturdays, I think, Stuart?
We do usually about one a month or every couple months, and we schedule them as needed. And we'll do our last one in October. And people contact me to get signed up or put on the waiting list at the Sheriff's Office.
Give them your contact number if you don't mind.
Yeah, it's 706-883-1616 at the Sheriff's Office.
Okay, very good. Very good class to take, you know, with all the things that we see happening. Hopefully you never have to use it, but it's always better to know how to properly.
Yeah, I mean, that's like us. We train with our handgun. We never want to use it, and we don't ever want to have people to use theirs, but if there is that case, we want them to know how to efficiently use that handgun.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're talking about the interaction between the agencies, the LaGrange Police Department and the Sheriff Department. You also have some cross-training for active shooters incidents.
Right, we've been cross-training with LaGrange and other agencies for the last couple of years, but a couple months ago we trained with them in an active shooter situation. We used one of our closed schools to go in there, and they showed us their techniques, and we worked alongside them, because if that unfortunate incident ever happens, everybody's going to respond to that situation. And so we all want to know what we're doing and do it the same way, because you're going to be teamed up with people that you've never worked with before.
That's right.
And it was very efficient. I think we were there for about 4 days, and I believe most, if not all, of our department went through that training, and so it was very good, and we appreciate them doing that with us.
And again, it just speaks volume to the leadership with the LaGrange Police Department, the Troup County Sheriff's Office, and all the other agencies that work together to make this community the great community that I think, in my opinion, I think this is a great community. We have great law enforcement, great leadership at all levels. So again,
and even though we wear a different color uniform, we're all the same.
All the same.
Right.
That's right. Absolutely. And I think that you and Lieutenant Chris Taylor recently just got back from a training that was held in Nashville.
We did. Myself and Lieutenant Chris Taylor, who's the PIO for LaGrange Fire Department, we went to Nashville for the National Information Officers Conference. There were over 450 of us there from all over the country, and it was 4 days of good, intense training that's relative to our job. And we heard from people that have dealt with major issues over the last year, and just a lot of good networking too, training on social media and how to handle major incidents.
Very good. You know, I think that is so key, the training of the officers that helps them to do their job effectively and in a more professional manner. And in talking about that, we know that we're about to enter into the holiday season period of the year. You know, we got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and of course the Halloween. And then those are times when people sometimes tend to let their guards down and get susceptible to various schemes that take place. Talk about that a little bit for us.
We always have problems with phone scams, and some of those have picked back up over the last couple of years. The most recent one was somebody posing as a deputy, they would call people and say, you've got an outstanding warrant. If you'll pay us this fee, we'll take care of it. And we have had people be victims to that. And as the holiday season gets here, people know that they're going to be spending money, they're going to be shopping, and so people will tell them that their credit cards have been stolen, and they'll try to resolve it over the phone. And just, we tell people, if you don't know who you're talking to over the phone, just hang up with them. If they keep calling back, try to block that number. And if you are a victim, please report that to us in your bank.
Absolutely. You know, it just, you know, when you think about people sitting down, thinking about some type of scheme to prey on our elderly or non-suspecting, and to do that, you know, and I know that you guys, I know that the police department, they have the cybercrime that they, you know, try to help track down these things. Again, if people don't know who they're talking to, hang up the phone.
Exactly.
And if they suspect, they can call the Troup County Sheriff's Office as well?
They can call us, we can give them tips. If they have been a victim, we'll work with them. We'll work with their banks to try to get their money back. And you know, if you get your ID stolen, it's a very bad thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, because you sometimes have to rebuild your credit, and it's certainly a victim.
Last thing, Stuart, as we get ready to close out, and just kind of talking about the safety of our schools, there are resource officers in the various schools throughout Troup County, correct?
Right, there are resource officers in all the high schools, all the middle schools, and something that we do on a daily basis is we'll stop in at the elementary schools just to talk to the staff, make sure the day is going good, and we'll walk the campus or whatever the principal wants us to do. And I'm in the 3rd grade, so while I'm there, I'll take a walk through the campus, make sure it's good, and just a way for us to interact with the school system, have that relationship with them.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Stuart, again, I just want to thank you very much for coming on the show today. A lot of great information. And by all means, citizens of Troup County, LaGrange, if you have questions for Stuart, give him a call.
Absolutely.
Come out and visit. By all means, take advantage of that Citizen Fund class too. Stuart, thank you so much for being on the show
appreciate
today.
it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment.
Nobody wants to be stopped by a law enforcement officer.
Everyone wants to feel safe.
So we've trained our officers to first listen and then explain.
We ask if you have contact with one of our officers, you listen, give him an opportunity to explain, comply with his requests, and if there's a problem, contact us so that we can investigate your complaint.
Listen, explain, comply, then complain.
Our safety and yours matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me City Week this week. My guests have been the Director of Promotions and Marketing from the Downtown Development Authority, Barbie Watts, as she talked about a month of October full of events. So if you want to keep track of those things, go out to the website and look them up, and by all means, come out and patronize. There's a lot of great things happening in and around our downtown area. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I had on from the Troup County Sheriff Department, the Public Information Officer, Stuart Smith, as he talked about things that are happening throughout the Troup County Sheriff offices and how you can get involved with them as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed those interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.
Why United Way? Because in some way, everyone in our community is touched by your donation to United Way of West Georgia. Yes, everyone. United Way helps 25 local agencies touch thousands of lives, even yours. To cause so many good things to happen, these organizations must have volunteers. Fortunately, more than 2,300 local volunteers are now giving time to the 25 local organizations that United Way of West Georgia helps support. Yes, more than 2,300 volunteers. But more are needed. Please volunteer your time, as well as your financial support. You'll be astonished at what you'll receive in return.